Welcome back to Starcross Kings, everybody. Okay, this is going to be our brand new king, Cruzz, who has dethroned King Looney, up against KMA and Royal Legion, his first challenger of the day, and first challenger ever. It's going to be Royal Legion. The map is mostly winter. Royal Legion playing as U.S. forces in the west base against Cruzz's Ostheer in the right side base. And we're going to see a pretty standard opening from both players. 2 squads of infantry for both of them. So nothing too out of the ordinary there. Royal Legion making his way straight towards the center with his rear echelons. Riflemen making their way towards the center as well. Pioneers not going center. Instead, Cruzz will send them north to take these strategic points. And Grenadiers are taking this south path towards the central cutoff. Going to take a little bit more time to get his forces into the central village because he did not send his initial squad of Pios there. And it looks like these riflemen are going to make their way towards the north munitions cutoff and fuel first. Thanks for the follow, Tony from the moon. And rear echelon troops are going to take control of the center VP right as Grenadiers are taking control of this cutoff. Since Rifle Company has been selected immediately, that's vetted riflemen being thrown onto the battlefield next, making their way towards the center village now, and Cruzz has access to Spearhead, Mobile Defense, and Lightning War, so pretty standard stuff. Certainly decent commanders. I could see a mortar half-track maybe working on this map. I could see G43s certainly, and obviously the Tiger will be very powerful once it arrives. Since this does tend to be a medium-range map, especially towards the center, makes the Tiger very powerful, especially against things like Easy 8s. Cruzz will spot a squad of riflemen moving for the south fuel and disengage, jumping into this building. And Grenadiers are going to attempt to take the center victory point from positioning green cover here in the cemetery.
The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points.
Grenadiers engaging at range are falling quite low in this engagement. No losses yet, but Cruzz doesn't want to take any manpower bleed here if he can avoid it. He's going to jump inside of this building away from these riflemen. The rear echelons and riflemen in this engagement haven't even really taken a scratch. The squad inside of this building has apparently convinced the riflemen here to jump out and start capturing this point. And Cruzz may actually be able to secure building control right here with that full health Grenadier squad. Does manage to get inside the house and take that building from those riflemen. Grenadiers here continue to try to hold the line in this cemetery. It's a 4th squad of Grenadiers on the field for Cruzz now, and he hasn't lost anybody yet. His opponent, on the other hand, has taken a couple model losses. So Cruzz is starting to pull into the lead for kills here. But he's very close to taking some serious manpower damage on a couple of these squads. Fortunately, he will force one retreat from those riflemen and is actually going to field a sniper. 4 Grenadiers into a sniper. Wow. There's Cruzz's flamethrower. Perfect timing on that, which will win him this engagement. Frag grenade. Sneaky frag grenade right there. Very early grenade research for the American player. Fortunately, Cruzz will notice and dodge, and almost wipes the squad that attempts to toss right there with his flamethrower on retreat. They will get away very narrowly. Gonna try and force this rear echelon troop squad from the building with the flamethrower now, and Cruzz has still not taken a single model loss. It is 9-0. 9-0 right now, and if he could sneak healing with a Grenadier squad or a Pio squad with his next 60 munitions, he might be off to an incredibly good start. Dodges that grenade without taking any losses again, and there's a wipe on those rear echelon troops. Wow. Incredible start for Cruzz here. 12-0.
Area secured. That was too easy. Pioneers ready for assignment.
Well, Cruzz canceled his sniper, unfortunately. Apparently he didn't think he was going to be able to make that work. No medical bunker from him anywhere yet. Pio's inside of the church. We'll try to hold this line. Grenadiers moving up to engage at medium range against these riflemen as they try and get into cover through deep snow. Are gunning them down. And they will all be forced to retreat here. 17-0. And Cruzz is slowly taking control of the entire map.
Grenadiers ready. Pioneers have finished.
There's tier 2 from Cruzz. Royal Legion has gone with 5 riflemen and no officer yet because of his early grenade research. His fuels actually, he can't even get an officer.
Scout enemy positions.
Finally, Cruzz loses some models. 3 models lost in this engagement so far, as he tries to force those riflemen back off the field. Unfortunately, these heavily wounded squads still have not received healing of any kind, but that rifle squad will be forced to retreat here. Or wiped, if it doesn't retreat right now. That was a late retreat and they get sniped. Rifle squad behind enemy lines, trying to take Cruzz's cutoff. There's one extremely wounded squad of Grenadiers and a fresh squad of Pios available to try and counter this push. And everything is going to rotate back towards the cutoff to try and force those riflemen into retreating and maybe try and pick up the wipe here. Half track is on its way to help. Still no healing for Cruzz of any kind. There go those riflemen. And this damaged squad of Grenadiers will move to take control of the south fuel, while these squads of Grenadiers will reinforce by the half track. 2 squads of riflemen making their way through the center to take control of the left side strategic point. This squad of riflemen moving to help as well. Oh, and Cruzz is going to use medical supplies. Look at that. Rather than build a bunker, medic bunker, he deploys field first aid on his Grenadiers to heal some of them that way.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Riflemen taking the cutoff here. S-mine field in the north planted by these flamethrower Pios. Grenadiers engaging from a position in green cover in the cemetery have no problem overwhelming those riflemen and forcing them to retreat. Cruzz off to a huge manpower lead right now. Is probably going to go tier 3 very soon. Battle phase 2 has already been researched. Just needs to send a squad of pioneers home, and there they go. That's Cruzz teching up for sure. With 33 fuel coming in and both fuel points under his control, Panzer IV is going to hit the field well before Royal Legion even has a counter to tanks. He just went lieutenant tier. He went with a 5 rifleman into lieutenant build when he had no map control, and he's going to be faced with the very unusual US forces problem of not having a counter to a Panzer IV. That's probably going to be the game because of his decision to go lieutenant. If it wasn't GG already, there will be nothing he can do against Oster tier 3. This atrocious manpower bleed he's taking every time he engages certainly is not helping him. Half track attempting to push. Wow. Rifleman out of cover. That grenade was horribly off target. Everything will be forced to retreat right here. These riflemen walk through the S-mine field. Pretty good chance of them getting wiped on retreat. There's tier 3 from Cruzz with almost 40 fuel coming in. That Panzer IV is going to get queued up in the next 2 minutes or so, which will be a 11-ish minute Panzer IV, which is pretty quick considering Cruzz went tier 2 for a half track. Getting that Panzer IV out in 11.5 minutes after having gone half track is extremely bad. for Royal Legion. 2 squads of riflemen, 3 squads in fact. Pretty much his entire army is going to go straight south, try and get some territory back in this area, and force a retreat from Cruzz's grenadiers here. In the north, the half-track with grenadiers inside will deploy against the lieutenant. Cruzz will retreat from this engagement, seeing he cannot win it. And the lieutenant's about to retreat through the S-mine field, taking extremely high damage and getting sniped by grenadiers. These 2 squads will grab the territory up here, this squad taking control of the strategic point cutoff. And Cruzz will have almost every single point on the map under his control, although these 3 squads of riflemen heading south to get a little bit of territory back will be doing so unopposed. MG42 setting up here in the middle.
We are losing a sector.
Currently it's 51 to 12 to 22. I think maybe the S-mine field doesn't count as kills. Somebody might be able to confirm if that's true or not. That would explain the huge disparity in kills and losses. Ostwind on the field at the same time as an AA half-track, both purchasing an AA unit at the 11.5-minute mark, but obviously the Ostwind will probably kill everything, and I don't really anticipate this AA half-track having much success killing anything. Medic bunker going up right here, I assume. Nope, command post. Interesting. And machine gun.
Our bunker can now accommodate an MG42. The enemy is attacking one of our forward buildings. Do not let up. The enemy still has 300 points.
There goes that squad.
Is now a field hospital.
These 2 squads not going to last long with an Ostwind shooting at them. And an entire blob in the retreat path. AA half-track, however, has no problem destroying the machine gun bunker. Oh, he canceled the command post, turned this into a medic station. 2 more squads of riflemen wiped, though. There are now only 2 rifle squads left in the AA half-track, which I don't expect to be able to do anything against what Cruzz has left in the middle. That's obviously game. And Cruzz is going to take game 1 here with 443 victory point Axis victory on Simoski Winter. Royal Legion is going to have to somehow top that if he wants faction selection in game 2, which may prove difficult. Ostwind moves to seal the deal on that AA half-track, which does not even really move to retreat until quite late. Ostwind destroys it. Rifle grenade wipes that rifle squad. Ostwind nearly wipes that one, and Pioneers are already on their way to repair that thing. And Royal Legion has 500 manpower in the bank, but it doesn't matter because he can't spend his resources on anything that would help him in this situation. He does not have access to anything that can counter an Ostwind at all. And that's the game. Well played, Cruzz. Short break, and we'll go into game 2.